Let's get more now on the need for basic public services and amenities, as well as attaining sustainable development in Nigeria. We're joined on the program by Debo Adeniyi, Executive Director of the Center for Global Solutions and Sustainable Development. You're welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you very much. My pleasure to be here.
Right. So, how well do you think Nigeria is doing in, attaining these sustainable goals that we're talking about?
The federal government of Nigeria has taken quite a number of formidable steps since the adoption of the goals at the level of the United Nations General Assembly 2015. First and foremost, the President established the Office of the Special Assistant to the Senior Special Assistants to the President on Sustainable Development Goals and appointed Owerelokwe Adefulure. And since then, there are quite a lot of institutional frameworks and establishments in various capacities. So we've seen the government launching inter-ministerial focal persons to drive the implementation of sustainable development at the ministerial level, including the departments and agencies. So we've seen at the level of National Assembly committees being set up, both at the at the Senate and at the House of Representatives. So we've seen the National Development Plan of the country recognizing the Sustainable Development Goals.
Right, but it's good to, sometimes to, set up committees and set up bodies to take care of all these things. You can easily see development in urban areas, commercial nerve centers of the country, Lagos State and, other, capital cities in states across the country. Okay. But what about rural areas? They suffer a setback when there's concentration on developing urban areas. How do we reach them?
Well, I think the federal government is trying to capture the poorest of the poor too, especially with focus on the urban areas. That is why the federal government set up the SIP, Social Intervention Program. So that social intervention programs, from it is Empower. They have the other one that they give 5,000 naira to people, the poorest people, from the national register. There is this National Poor Register or something that the federal government launched. So through it, government remits 5,000 naira to the poorest of the poor in that area. Then the youths being given opportunities for empowerment programs and being paid, I think, stipends on a monthly basis to cushion that effect. Government has been doing a lot of this. Still another, the conventional grant scheme that the government set up to capture those areas, especially the coastal areas too. I think few efforts have been in place, although we still want more to be done from the part of the government.
So clearly, ensuring sustainable development is a Herculean task, I must say, and something that the government may not be able to do alone. What, can the private sector do, or what is the private sector doing to complement the government's efforts?
From the Goal 17 of the Sustainable Development Goals, saying towards the Global Revitalized Partnership, the private sector has identified that it is important for them to come on board at this time. First and foremost, in Nigeria, the government has set up a private sector advisory group in conjunction with the private sector. And through that advisory group, the private sector sub-companies have come on board in providing financial support, advisory, roles and all of that, in ensuring that government is being guided towards the implementation. We've seen individual and few private sector coming on board too in providing supports in certain areas like health, education, and all of that. Even the coronavirus that just came, Dangote Group has even donated towards that cause. Yearly, we've seen a lot of even private sectors releasing their sustainability reports and linking their activities towards the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. And quite a lot of companies released those reports. We read the report. We saw how they were linking on health, on education, on agriculture, on energy, and various areas, showing commitment. And some others a few other organizations have taken initiative. It's a welcome development. The improvement is going to be coming up by the day.
Right. Thank you so much for your thoughts on this topic, Debo Attaining. Thank you for talking to us today on Africa 54.